I don't see anybody else jumping in. Guess we'll go ahead and get this started. So, welcome to our winter bundle webinar. We're super excited to talk about ways that you can grow your business with CubiCasa's 3D products. In today's call, Tammy's going to start by talking about actions that you can take to make the most of seasonal downtime. Then Stephen's going to talk about the winter bundle, what's included with it, and discuss practical use cases. And then I'll finish up with practical ways to add the winter bundle to your products, to your website and your order form. So go ahead and pass the mic off to Tammy so she can talk about ways to make the most of seasonal downtime.
Great. Thank you, Chris. And thank you, everybody who is joining us today. We appreciate it. We know that we're into February, and hopefully if anyone has had a slow time, we're coming to the end of it, but we might still have a little bit of time where you're not as busy as you will be as we head into spring and summer. So we thought that it might be a good time to talk about things that you can do. And I don't have anything earth-shattering for you or anything that you haven't heard before, but I know that we are all busy. And so I just kind of came up with a little checklist of things that you could do that wouldn't necessarily take too much time, and just things to think about if you have a little downtime at the moment. So one thing always to do is to look at your skill set. As we are bustling along, sometimes I know I have a huge list of things that I need to do. And since we're expected as real estate imaging professionals now to be able to do everything, there are always more things that we can be adding. So for instance, most real estate agents just assume that you're going to be able to do aerials now. So if you're like me, maybe you have a drone, you've crashed it, I don't know, you've been scared to fly for a while. Maybe it's time to get back on that. Get your certification. Make sure that when you're busy, you're able to offer everything that you need to your clients. Video is another thing that's been super popular. Not everyone offers it yet. It's a different skill set, but that's something that you can learn. There's tons of resources available and something that's good to add. If you are not familiar with using a tilt shift lens, that's something that can really add to the quality of your photography. So not always necessary, but something that's good to have in your bag. Then we could work on to the networking slide, Chris. So this is just a little video from a local Women's Council of Realtors event that I went to. Huge room full of people. People are coming back and they want to get together and see each other. So at every one of these events that I go to, there are two local photographers who sponsor this association. They are there photographing or doing video, which they share with the organization. They get their information on every piece of communication that goes to the entire mailing list for all of these realtors. At this event, I met tons of people. I met brokers. I met tons of new real estate agents who I had never met before. It's just really good to get out there and network with people. Another thing that you could do would be just drop by and do an office visit. If there's an office that you haven't worked with before and you'd like to, just stop by and say hello. It doesn't take anything if you have a few minutes. It's easy to do. Bring them some donuts. They'll appreciate it. Your community. So this is a huge one for me because with so many of us working as real estate photographers, you're really kind of out there on your own. And there's going to come some time when you need some help. Like there's an emergency, you need to be able to hand a shoot off and know that you've got someone who's got your back who can take care of it for you and vice versa. So find a local association. I've been volunteering with my local chapter of the ASMP, but there are tons of photographer associations out there. Or just reach out to someone else in your community. Another reason to do this is, like I was saying in the beginning, if you don't offer everything, find someone that you're compatible with who has those skills that you don't maybe you can work together. So we're stronger together. Reach out, get to know your community. Find a coach or a mentor. If you're someone who likes in-person interaction, like I do, make a plan to come to the PMRE conference. That happens every fall, but you will meet people from all over the US who have the similar job that you do. And we're a small group, and it's really amazing to connect with these people and be able to call someone in a different part of the country whose their market is not exactly like yours, but they're having the same day that you are. If you have any sort of problem, it's so amazing to have this community that is so willing to support and all help each other. Then your clients, the bread and butter, the solid gold. Pay attention to your clients. If you have a couple minutes, just reach out, send them a card, take someone to coffee, see if they want to go to lunch. Ask for reviews. I mean, it's kind of flattering in a way to be asked to give a review. Make it easy for them. Start an email campaign that actually adds value for them. One of our preferred photographers sends a very news email once a month, and it has specific instructions that help the realtors with social media, tons of tips, like action-packed with tips that helps their clients. Just makes them feel very special, and more that you are a partner with them in their business. And then the next slide would be, if you have time right now, to remember to work on yourself a little bit. Like, you are your brand. What can you do right now that is going to show your expertise? What are things that you could do that is going to improve your brand right now? Always a website refresh is always in order. It's one of those things that is never done. And this is, if you're having a quiet moment, this is a great time to take a look at your website and see, are there images that are not as good as you feel like they were when you first started out? Maybe it's time to refresh that and look at new ways to package your products. Bundles are a really good way to increase your average order value, which brings us kind of full circle and back to the beginning of why we're having this webinar is the winter bundle, which is something we kind of dreamed up as like a jumping off point for you guys to have something new and exciting to add to your lineup and to talk about with your clients. So with that, I'll hand it over to Stephen.
All right. Good afternoon and happy Friday, everybody. Again, my name is Steve. I'm a sales manager for the northern half of the US and Canada. Like Tammy mentioned here, we're going to continue the convo around the products that you guys can utilize to bundle within your business here. So basically, by revamping your pricing, adding new products, and exploring different bundles, you'll be able to increase your average order values, differentiate your services from your competition here, and attract new customers by really just offering something new and exciting. We'll start off by reviewing what comes with our 3D products and the use cases for each of the items here. So basically, to start off, all our 3D products do come with a plus 2D floor plan included. In my opinion, this floor plan should be included on every single listing that you guys shoot. Data consistently shows that buyers want to see floor plans on listings to easily determine if the layout's going to suit their families. They're going to save buyers, sellers, and agents valuable time in the whole home buying process. The standalone cost of the Plus floor plan is $15. The 2D floor plan does come with custom styling options. So this is our simple, the sample here, I guess, is our earth tones preset style. You can set as many preset styles as you'd like, or choose to use one of the presets we already have in the system here. Now, styling does allow you to change the logo, the color scheme, and the disclaimer on your floor plan. Your fixed furniture is included here, so you're going to see like your tubs, your toilets, your sinks, and your bathrooms, kitchen layouts with countertops and appliances. Basically, the directions of the door swings will be on this floor plan, as well as mechanicals like the water heater and the furnace. Room dimensions and total area calculations will be included as well. And it does include a detailed home report, the new CubiCasa tour, which is our interactive floor plan that we're going to dive into on this next slide here. All right, so let's take your photos and floor plans to the next level here with our CubiCasa tour. The tour is going to showcase your professional photos perfectly placed on our floor plans, creating an interactive floor plan experience for your users here. Now, there's no extra cost as it does come again with the Plus floor plan. You can click the arrows to view the photos like a slideshow, and the corresponding markers on the floor plan are going to show exactly where that photo was taken inside the property. And then vice versa, you can also click the icons on the floor plan, and the corresponding photo for that position is going to appear. Simply upload your photos into our system, and our AI models will seamlessly merge your photos with our floor plans and spit out a shareable link and an embeddable link within a few minutes. That shareable link can then be placed within the virtual tour field in the MLS, which then will syndicate the tour across all the real estate platforms like Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, Homes.com, and all the other websites out there that you can find a property on. The embeddable link can also be used to add a tour to a website. So for example, think of like a property website that you may be providing one of your agents. You can also set yourself apart from your competition and again, include this with all of your photo shoots, or you can use it as an upsell opportunity to guide a client to a higher paying package or a higher paying add-on for you. Simply create a tour in 3 simple steps. 1, just snap your photos and scan the property. 2, select the Plus or the Plus 3D products and upload your photos into the system. Then simply click Generate Tour and share that link across your network. All right, now 2D floor plans are great for every single property, but our 3D floor plans are going to really bring your properties to life. Our Plus 3D floor plan is going to match furniture, colors, and textures to reality as best as possible. You're going to see things like wood or carpet or tile on the floors, paint or wallpaper on the walls. You're going to see colors of cabinets and countertops throughout the property. If the home is unfurnished, we'll actually virtually stage that home for you at no extra cost. Now, the cost of the 3D floor plan is $65. It does include the Plus 2D floor plan and the CubiCasa tour with that. So you do get a nice little bundle there. Now, 3D floor plans are going to be excellent for unfurnished or empty homes, cluttered properties, tenant occupied homes, basically any non-show ready property, because it's going to allow buyers to really visualize how the spaces throughout the home can be used and furnished to fit their lifestyle. And then we also do see these used on luxury listings as well. All right. Now, if you really want to take your listing to the next level, you can add a 3D video rendering to your product lineup. The video is going to take the 3D floor plan and really bring it to life. It's going to walk your potential buyers throughout the property. Again, furniture, colors, textures are going to match reality as best as possible in the video. And again, if the home is unfurnished, we'll actually virtually stage the whole property for you. Now, the 3D video rendering can be used on any property. However, we do see some very common use cases for it. Again, luxury listings, maybe properties that have privacy concerns. Maybe somebody doesn't want to show all their beautiful artwork on the walls, things like that. Under construction homes, so you can really showcase the finished product before a home is even complete. Builders absolutely love these videos. We've seen people scan homes that are under construction or even just studs or drywall on the property, and we're able to digitally render out the interior of that home, which then the builder has something they can market the property with before the property is even done and no pictures are even available. Think about hoarders or dirty properties. We can cut through any of the clutter and showcase the full potential of a property, or even tenant occupied, lived in, or non-list ready homes. Again, think chipping paint, stained carpets, holes in walls, messes. None of this is going to be seen in the video rendering. We typically see those 3D videos as an add-on product or in a specific bundle geared towards, again, higher end listings or under construction properties. Now, these are some of the example snapshots of rendering samples that we have in our marketing resources here. You can see the one on the left here is completely removed all the stuff in the garage and removed all the clutter. The one in the middle here was an under construction property that we rendered out into a beautifully finished product. So this one just had basically drywall up, and we were able to stage it as well. And then the one on the right here was completely empty home that we virtually staged for the video. If you head to our website and click on the resources tab and then the marketing tab, you'll actually find these under our samples there. All of our floor plans pair perfectly with your photography, and you can use different levels of our floor plans to then guide your clients to higher paying packages or add-ons, putting more revenue in your pockets at the end of the day. As a quick example, you could put the Plus 2D floor plan in your lowest package, the interactive floor plan in your middle package, and then the 3D floor plan in your top package. And then you should also have these listed as each product as an individual add-on in case somebody wants to add that to their offering. And then remember, when you buy a 3D product, you're going to get the bundle of the 3D floor plan, the 2D plus floor plan, and the CubiCasa Tour, which is our interactive floor plan, with the ability to add on that video rendering at the end there. Now, Chris is going to dive into some of the details on how you can actually implement these products into your website and product offerings with some quick and easy pricing and website samples.
Thanks, Steve. That was an awesome overview of use cases for the different outputs we offer. So I'm going to dig into exactly how to implement this with your website to just get the maximum impact. If you're using CubiCasa to do a scan at all, there's so much more earning potential than you're probably currently leveraging, and I'm going to show you exactly how to leverage that here. So one of the first steps you can take is creating a 3D floor plan service page. I highly recommend a dedicated page for your 3D floor plan offering. It helps you in a variety of different ways. Number one, it's going to give Google really rich, keyword-rich content to index and put on Google. And depending on how high you rank in Google, that can bring you organic traffic. It can bring you new potential customers who are looking specifically for 3D products. If you don't have a 3D product page and you don't have those keywords on your website, you're absolutely missing out on additional potential traffic and leads. So creating a dedicated page not only allows you to attract new traffic to your website through Google search, but it also provides your website visitors with a way to learn about the 3D products and know that you even offer those. And then next, it also helps you really helps visitors understand like what the 3D products look like, the use cases for those products, and then obviously what you charge for those. And I know we've got a few people raising hands and asking questions. You're welcome to drop those questions in the chat. We are going to have a dedicated Q&A section at the end where you can ask any questions, and we'll get all those answered for you before the end of the webinar. Moving on to the 3D video renders, I highly recommend that you also create a dedicated page for that as well. And then here's a little bonus strategy for you. You'll see this executed on our website, is that you can actually cross-promote those pages. So at the bottom of your 3D video render page, you can promote the 3D floor plans. At the bottom of your 3D floor plan page, you can promote the video render page and link the two together so people can click over to the other page to learn more about the other 3D product. So it's just a really great way to cross-promote those different pages. And then you can see with these call to action buttons, it's just more ways to drive people to your order page so they actually book a shoot. And then on your 3D floor plan and video rendering pages, you could put a side-by-side comparison. Well, at least on the 3D floor plan page, you can put a side-by-side comparison of the 2D and 3D floor plan to show the differences. Or if you just have one dedicated, one service page that has all of your services on one page, I see that a lot. Or if you don't even have that and you just have a section on your homepage or sections on your homepage that detail each service you offer, this is another way to execute that. You can just create a section that shows the comparison of the different products, some more information about those. And then the next thing I recommend is putting it in your website navigation. Obviously, if you build a page on your website, people can still get there from Google search, but if you don't put it in your navigation, new website visitors might not know it's there. So you can see on the CubiCasa website, we have this nested under our products tab. So you get a drop-down menu, and then from there, you can click on the different pages. Obviously, you'll have like HDR photography or drone footage, and then all of your different floor plan offerings and stuff. So and then lastly, when it comes to actually getting in front of your customer when they're ready to buy, a lot of people here probably use platforms like Aereo, HD Photo Hub, and then Spiro is another popular one. You can go in there and easily add things into your bundles. We highly recommend that you add a floor plan in all of your bundles. It's no secret that CubiCasa is on a mission to get a floor plan on every listing. We have this weird acronym for it called FPOL, stands for floor plan on every listing. And we have the preferred photographer program, which gets you great discounts and faster turnaround times and free advertising to local agents by joining the program. So we always are going to highly recommend that you include a floor plan with all of your interior photo shoots. But at a minimum, even if you're not a preferred photographer, I highly recommend that you include it at least in all of your bundles. So this is a really good example. Don't get too caught up in the pricing. We'll talk about pricing in a minute. These packages are meant to demonstrate how you can actually include these different outputs in your package. And this is one of the best ways that I've seen it executed. For the basic package, it has our schematic 2D plus floor plan with the room measurements. I think that the plus package is essential. Like, I love our light floor plan. It's great. As a bare minimum, it's better than nothing. But the plus floor plan has critical details that homebuyers really care about, like kitchen cabinets, islands, bathtubs, toilets, sinks, and so forth. And then the pro package you'll see here is highlighted as the most popular package. There's a lot of psychology behind that to get people to pick the mid-tier bundle. But it includes the 2D plus floor plan with room measurements. It also includes the plus 3D. And then you can see that's also included in the premium package as well. What a lot of people will also do is offer upsell opportunities or like optional upgrades. So this is one way to execute that. A lot of platforms on the second page, they have add-ons, or sometimes on the same page after you select your main bundle. You can select to add on a 3D floor plan or video render, even if you do add it into your bundles. For example, this one has a 3D floor plan in both the Pro and the Premium package. I highly recommend you also offer it as an optional add-on as well, because if somebody gets the basic package and they get the 2D plus floor plan, they don't want the property website or the marketing kit, and they don't need all these extra photos. It would still be great for them to be able to purchase a 3D floor plan or a video render. And again, don't get too caught up in the prices here. We'll talk about suggested retail pricing in a moment. Pricing is always going to vary depending on the market. I highly recommend the best tactic for that is to go to Google or go to CubiCasa's Photographer Network and look at what other people are charging and price your services competitively. But we'll share some suggested retail pricing in just a minute. So when it comes to suggested retail pricing, again, we highly recommend that you include the plus package with all of your bundles. But we also highly recommend that you offer it as an optional add-on as well if you want. You can charge between $75 to $125. Honestly, you can charge as much as you want. We've seen people market it down to like $40 or whatever. But we're suggesting around $75 to $125 is what we've noticed that people successfully sell that for across the board. Depending on your status as a CubiCasa customer, you may be paying $15 for that as a standard customer. But if you're a preferred photographer, you get a 25% discount. So it's only $11.25. So huge, huge margin there just from a 5 to 10 minute effort. And again, remember, all of these extra products are all from a 5 to 10 minute scan. So the plus 3D is normally $65. It's $48.75 for you as a preferred photographer. You can easily charge $100 to $150 for that. And then our video render comes in at $150, $112.50 for you as a preferred photographer, and you can sell that for $175 to $275. And then with the GLA, it's $15, $11.25 with your discount, and you can easily charge $45 to $75 for that. And then the CAD files, this is not really talked about very often. Actually, the GLA and the CAD files, let me kind of explain a little bit about that. The GLA is an appraisal grade floor plan with exterior measurements. It gives you a total square footage that deducts non-heated, non-finished spaces. So if your clients care a lot about that, you could offer that as an upgrade. And then lastly, the CAD files are $50. It's $37.50 as a preferred photographer, and then you could easily sell that for $75 to $150. And it works great for if you have interior design clients, or if you're working with an agent representing a property that's going to go through drastic construction, renovations, conversions, and things like that. So we have some bonuses for the attendees. So if you join this webinar, you're going to get a 50% discount, and it's going to be applied to a 3D bundle automatically. So we have your email from where you registered, so we're going to automatically apply that. will notify you via email to let you know when it's available to use. And if you want to redeem that, actually, when you redeem this next offer, you're going to be reaching out to Tammy. This is a 3D bundle that we give to you at no cost. If you submit a screenshot just showing us that you've added any of our 3D products to your website or your order form, we will give you a free 3D bundle. So you can reach out to Tammy. Her email is here at the bottom of the screen. You reach out to her and just send her a screenshot of your website or your order form that shows that you've added those 3D products, and then we will give you a free 3D bundle just for doing that. So when it comes to actually ordering the 3D products, very simple to do. When you start ordering CubiCasa's app, you're going to be given options for which output you want. You're going to select the plus 3D. On the next screen for the add-ons, you're going to select the 3D video render, and then we will apply that credit so that you don't get charged for that. And then when you request your 3D render, you can do so in vertical, and you can request that it be in vertical orientation. By default, we do it in horizontal mode, but if you want it in vertical mode for like a reel, you can request that, and you can actually ask us to speed it up, and we won't charge you any extra for that. We just kind of do that as a complimentary thing. So I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for Q&A and let everybody ask any questions that you have. Like Roger had a question.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any open. Well, we got a couple that came through now.
Okay, looks like Jason asked a question.
I just wanted to say thanks for doing this. Been in real estate for almost 2 years and incorporating CubiCasa into my tools and services has been awesome. Please do more of these. Thank you, Jason. You've been a pleasure to work with as well. And thanks for all the great feedback you've been giving us on our tours and stuff like that.
Eric asked if we would if we would let you do a 3D video render, and yeah, you can do a 3D video render now. So you can order that from the add-on screen when you purchase the plus 3D package, and then we will create that 3D video rendering for you. And then Bob asked, is there a price increase for 3D video over specific square footage? I don't know, Tammy, if you have the link available to share, maybe we could drop that in the chat for the just everybody to reference for like oversized property fees. They differ a little bit between 3D the 2D products and the 3D products. And then the rates differ a little bit depending on whether you're a preferred photographer or just a standard CubiCasa user. And then
oversized fees typically kick in at the 5,000 square foot mark. That's when you would get an oversized fee. So over 5,000 square feet.
Yes.
And then there was a question asked about the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Does it have a LiDAR? Does the LiDAR give it an advantage over older devices? Yes, it does help a little bit. It increases accuracy by what we've heard in the neighborhood of 1%. But you're still going to get a really great CubiCasa scan, even if you don't have a LiDAR equipped device.
All right, let's see if we got any other questions here. Am I able to get the 3D product separately again, or do I have to get all of them at once? When you order the 3D product, you're going to get the 2D products included with that. The 3D floor plan or 3D video rendering is an add-on to the 3D floor plan. So you can't get the video separately. That's added on to the 3D floor plan. Will we ever get mesh back in the scan on the app? I do believe that's something that will be coming back in the future. There's no timetable on when that's coming back. We did have to disable it temporarily because of an Apple update. But again, those have all been resolved. So that should be coming back in the future.
And then there was another question asked about how to sell how to get agents interested in it. One of the talk tracks I like to use a lot is that the 3D products they're really they're useful for the listing, but they're also highly useful for the agent's branding and presence online. It just makes agents stand out as a more marketing savvy agent. So these products are not just to like market the listing and get it sold and get top dollar for it, but like these are really shareable assets for the agent to put on social media, to upload to YouTube. It can attract more potential seller leads, and also using these assets in their presentation, listing presentations, it can help them actually win more listings and sign more listing agreements. So maybe that's a way to pitch it to your clients, that it's not just great for the listing purpose, but it's also really great for you as an agent to stand out and attract more listings and win more listings.
All right. And this one, in viewing video, how to scan for a floor plan. Some suggest scanning with the camera horizontal, some others scan vertical. Which is best? So we have actually transitioned to a vertical scanning, so a portrait mode instead of a landscape mode. So everyone's going to be scanning in the same style now, which is vertical with a slight tilt forward. So previously you used to tilt kind of at a 45-degree angle. Now you're going to be more of like a 5-degree tilt at most, and just walk the perimeter of each room of the property at a normal pace.
And Josh had a question. He asked if he could be unmuted. I'm not sure how to do that. I don't know if Tammy can do that or not.
Let me see.
But we can come back to your question, Josh. Are we able to use images from CubiCasa website to showcase on our sites? Yes, we do have a marketing resource tab. So if you click on resources, you'll get a drop down and click on marketing, and then it will take you to a whole resource library of 3D samples, 2D samples, video renderings, all kinds of stuff. We even have white label social media posts you can use to promote and get in the products, get interest in those without revealing CubiCasa's branding. So you could probably even put your own logo on it if you're got some basic skills with Canva or Google Slides.
Josh, unfortunately, the meeting type that we're in, I can't unmute you, unfortunately. So if you could type your question, I'd love to answer it. If not, we can always hop on a call afterwards and I can answer anything for you.
Sure, if we have.
Can you recap the fees for the oversize? Yeah, those are getting sent out now, but basically over 5,000 square feet is going to be for a 2D floor plan, it's $25 for the 2D. And then for a 3D product, it is $60. And that's for another 2,500 square feet. And there it is capped at 3 oversized fees. So it's every 2,500 square feet up to 3. So the maximum you would pay on an oversized fee on a 3D product would be 180, and on a 2D product would be 75. Now, if you were to join our preferred photographer program, which you can reach out about, that program does drop that fee down 60%. So the oversized fee is actually only $10 and $25 for that program.
So there's a lot of a lot of questions rolling in. We'll do our best to answer all these questions, but a lot of these questions, I mean, if we can't get to all of those, I would recommend reaching out to our customer support team, to the live chat. They'll be able to answer those questions super fast. And a lot of these questions actually have answers already. So when you type it into the chat, you can like support articles are going to pop up that have the answer to that question. But if you can't find it there, our customer support team will be happy to answer that, but we'll continue to go through these questions as long as we have additional time. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any slides suitable for agent brokerage presentations that are kind of white labeled, but you can check our marketing tab and see if Steve, Tammy, I don't know if you guys know, you're welcome to jump in on that.
I mean, it's a great idea. I don't think we have something specific for that, but that's definitely something that can be, and I'm guessing will be created after this call. And then that'll be something that could be a resource for you guys for your presentations going forward. So great idea. Is there a rule of thumb on how you can tell if the scan is going to be oversized? Depending on the property. So basically think about if you're going into like a 2,500 square foot ranch and you're scanning the basement as well, that's going to put you at 5,000 square feet. It is total scanned area. So think if you're scanning patios and porches, maybe a 1,000 square foot porch, that might put you over. So those are the things you just got to kind of think about when you're scanning a property. Around a 2,500 or 2,000 square foot home should be around 5 minutes scanning. So if you're getting in the 10-minute scanning range or over, you might be in the oversized fee range. But again, that's kind of a general rule of thumb. It's not the only rule.
Here's another good question: how to market against Matterport. So one of the talk tracks I like to use is Matterport. is that the CubiCasa Tour is a simpler, easier user experience. Matterport can be cumbersome for some people. Not everybody's super tech savvy, so sometimes it's difficult for people to use solutions like Matterport. Also, they don't necessarily function perfectly well across mobile devices, and ours tends to work better on mobile. We also showcase your photography work way better than Matterport does. Matterport is kind of just a bunch of stitched together photos, whereas CubiCasa allows you to upload your listing photos and showcases your best photography work amongst the floor plan. And, floor plans and photos are the two most important real estate assets according to home buyers. They always rank photos as number one and floor plans number two. And really, I mean, when you think about it, floor plans are another photo, and it's just of the layout of the 2D layout. So that's why we recommend doing a floor plan with all of your interior photo shoots to give buyers what they want and need. But then when you combine that with the listing photography, CubiCasa Tour delivers both of those things in one simple experience. I've even heard people say they get nauseous, viewing 360 tours. I guess if you have, if you're prone to motion sickness, maybe that can be true as well. So those are some of the reasons why people like CubiCasa Tour better than Matterport. So how do you request staging for a house tour? Well, we don't stage house tours. So the CubiCasa Tour relies on the floor plan and your listing photos. We do, the only kind of virtual staging we currently do is for our 3D floor plan and video renderings. To request that, you just ask that in the notes section whenever you submit the order, and we'll do that at no additional charge. And yes, we are recording the webinar. Think we have white labeling yet for the home report. We may be offering that in the future.
Does Zillow recognize via the MLS upload the Plus plan with photos as one of their 3D tours? It does go into their extra info. So yes, it does go to Zillow in the virtual tour field. It does syndicate, I believe, to the extra info area, but we are working with all the providers to actually showcase that more prominently. So just stay tuned for any updates on that. But again, we're always trying to get that showcased much, much better and higher on all those portals.
So Brandon asked a question about getting CubiCasa tours sort of whitely listed with the local MLS. Yes, it is true that some MLSs may not support CubiCasa links, but if a few people reach out to the MLS directors, I think that they may consider whitelisting CubiCasa. I mean, CubiCasa is a very popular solution now, and we've had other users reach out to their local MLS and get CubiCasa whitelisted just by a few people reaching out and asking for it. But you would normally just paste that link in like you would a Matterport link, and it should display on the MLS and get distributed across sites like Realtor.com, Zillow, and Redfin. So James asked if you could remove the CubiCasa logo. So the CubiCasa basic floor plan has the disclaimer, has CubiCasa's name. That can be removed with the Plus package. The CubiCasa logo on the tour, that's not currently, you can't remove that, unfortunately. It's just the watermark. That doesn't have our name. Most people don't even recognize the watermark. So it's kind of like a, I guess not necessarily unbranded. It's like a doesn't have our name, and it doesn't have our name in the domain name either. But we haven't heard anybody complain at all about the logo mark or get worried about their clients seeing that. So
Julie, the special request.
we're going to try to keep as many of these questions relevant to the 3D products and the winter bundle as possible. I mean, we would love to be able to address all of these questions in one session, but there's so many questions here that we'll continue to address the ones around the 3D products and implementation of the winter bundle. If you have any other questions related to scanning, like feature requests and things related to features that have changed or anything like that, you're welcome to reach out to customer support on those questions. That's funny. Linda asked about the how do you how do you pronounce CubiCasa? I guess it really depends on who you're talking to. You know, everybody pronounces it a little bit different. I don't guess there's like a certain standard way to say it. But I have seen some funny ways of pronouncing it.
Is it okay to grab screenshots from the 3D tour to reflect staging? Curious. That's totally up to you. If you want to provide that type of media to your clients, you totally could do that. I don't think the quality is going to be super high quality with just a screen grab, but it's definitely doable for you to do on your end. That's not something that we provide though from the videos.
Jonathan was talking about removing logos. I mean, can you be a little bit more specific about that? Because we're working with our MLS partners to try to make the tour more compliant, and we've heard some feedback about branded versus unbranded output. So maybe if you could explain more about that, maybe we can check into that more. But yeah, the CubiCasa logo will not be on the Plus package. You can remove the CubiCasa logo from that. So yeah, you should be able to remove the CubiCasa branding from the Plus package. If you're using the free floor plan, it will have the CubiCasa logo. So that's another reason to buy the Plus package.
William, we are always trying to press on our MLSs to allow you guys to do more and more. So we'll definitely try our best to get them to allow you to upload the floor plans directly into the MLS for the agents. All right, looks like
Ron had a
most of our
question
questions
about
here.
Zillow.
Oh, here we go.
I'm never heard that, Ron. Ron had a question about Zillow accepting CubiCasa Plus floor plans. We've never heard any issues of those. I mean, we've seen countless Zillow listings with CubiCasa floor plans, like just tons and tons of
Yeah, I
Zillow
think he
listings.
means like the boost to like basically showcase the floor plan. No, they don't show. In my experience, I don't think they showcased any other floor plan except their own. All the other ones kind of get shoved into the corner, and that's exactly why we're talking with them to see if we can get that shown a little bit more predominantly.
So Josh said it would be cool if you could, if we used a short unbranded URL without CubiCasa for the tours. And we actually do. So the CubiCasa tour is hosted on visithome.ai, not CubiCasa. So you'll notice that next time you generate a tour and you click on the share link, you'll have that visithome.ai link, not a CubiCasa link. And then you can also embed the tour as well on a web page. This is like a property page.
Julia, we definitely prefer ours over Zillow's product as well. So again, we are trying to get ours featured a little bit more on Zillow's website. We kind of get that feedback quite a bit that there's just isn't that detailed or that um, good looking, I guess you could say. State of Alabama, you can't have unbranded collateral in the MLS. Most MLSs cannot have unbranded collateral in there. We haven't gotten any feedback to date. So if you do have an MLS that is pushing back, definitely let us know because we have partnerships with a lot of MLSs across the country. So we would love to know if they're not allowing it in there because we can definitely get that fixed and rectified and figure out what will make it work. So definitely reach out to us and let us know what that specific MLS that you're working with, and we can try and reach out and see what's going on there.
Unique asked about 3D video and said that it's not very popular in Virginia. I think 3D video and 3D floor plans are things that it's more of like a demand generation tactic, not a lead gen tactic. Lead gen tactic is something you use when the market is there's already a high level of demand there. But in areas where you don't have much demand, you create the demand. So this is where salesmanship comes into play, marketing, things like that. So like what I talked about earlier about including them on your website, like the product page, having it in your navigation, having it in your bundles, explaining the value of it, the importance of it. But then when it comes down to salesmanship, that just is a matter of explaining the use cases for the products. Yes, we know that 3D floor plans and video renderings are not for every property, but again, they work great for cluttered, messy properties. So if you walk into a shoot and it's cluttered and messy, and your agent, you tell your agent, well, this is not photo ready. I can snap photos, but it's going to look really bad. Well, here's a good solution to offer them. You can go walk through to your 5 to 10 minute CubiCasa scan. You get the 3D floor plan and video rendering without the clutter, and then you've got to wait for the agent to get the MLS listing live while you're working to reschedule a shoot to take all the interior and exterior photography and other services you offer. And then for the like empty spaces. I mean, I know a lot of agents are, you know, they're representing properties that have no furniture. And it's kind of boring, right? You just show an empty building. Well, if you request the virtual staging, we'll add that in at no additional charge. So that's again a great way to sell those 3D products to your agents with a very specific use case.
Yes, there will be a copy of the webinar, and if you just email, we should be able to provide that for you once we process the video.
So Julie made a good point about our advantage to Zillow is that she can show the pool and the deck and the entertainment space because there's no walls around the slab, the pylons, the beach house that they're built on. Zillow excludes it, but with CubiCasa, she's able to show those areas. So in a beach environment, I mean, it's a really good thing to be able to show those outdoor living spaces. Those are highly important, especially for out-of-state buyers that are looking for that kind of experience and lifestyle. Those things are important, but currently Zillow excludes those very critical features, whereas CubiCasa actually provides those.
Jonathan asked about exterior shots. What is available for that? Currently, we're not rendering exteriors. I mean, if it's like an exterior space, like a pool area or a patio or porch, we can render that out if you do request that space to be rendered, but that doesn't include, that's not included with the 3D rendering off the bat. So if you do want some sort of outside space, as long as you scan that space, we should be able to render it out for you. Rick, I'm not sure, can we attach exterior video? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, you could definitely splice an exterior video with our video rendering. I've seen a lot of photographers do that because our video rendering is an MP4 format. So you basically can just throw them into your video editing software, chop them up, add music to it, however you want to do that. It's definitely a possibility, but unfortunately, we don't attach the exterior videos to the rendering.
A lot of great questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Rick asked if he could attach exterior video.
I just kind of went over that one.
Yeah, you can do the scan, but you can't attach the video.
So can you include exterior spaces, pools, patios on floor plans or just 3D areas? No, definitely. You can definitely scan exterior areas, pools, patios, porches, decks. All of those are scannable areas. It will increase your total scanned area that you have on your floor plan. And we do base your chart off of total scanned area. So that's kind of where you just got to make sure you're careful with your square footage, or know that you're going to get an oversized fee if you do go over 5,000 square feet. But yes, the outdoor spaces are definitely included on the floor plans.
So there was a question asked about if we offer virtual staging options or revisions in the video renders. Yes, we do offer the virtual staging if you request that. We're not gonna, I don't think we do that by default. I think if you ask for it, we will add in that furniture. Otherwise, if there's furniture already there, we'll match what's in the space as close as possible. But then, with virtual staging, you can just, just request that and we'll do it at no additional charge. We select the furniture that fits the space as best as possible. And then if you want revisions to that, you can request revisions to the dashboard. When you go into your order page and you click on to submit a change request, it will tell you what you can request revisions for and what you cannot request revisions for.
And yeah, as far as the virtual staging goes, if it's empty, we will virtually stage it automatically. And you can request like a style, like a modern century or whatever you want to request if you'd like to. But again, we will virtually stage it if it's empty. And again, if it's like distastefully furnished, or like, let's say there's like 5 couches in the living room on top of each other, we'll kind of remove some of that stuff to make it more look like a regular home, to make it look like it flows a little bit better and it's normally furnished. So it will be a little bit virtually staged, I guess you can say, to make it look a little bit better if it's not looking very well to begin with.
Josh asked if we were going to make a video of finished deliverable product with titles and music. A lot of photographers will take our video and enhance it even further with titles, music, some splicing drone footage and things like that. And we've seen some pretty amazing creations using the CubiCasa video rendering. Some of you guys have taken it to a whole nother level, so that's awesome. Yes, we may consider that in the future. We're definitely open to all kinds of ideas to improve our products, so we'll keep that in mind. We have gotten that feedback from some other photographers. We don't have plans that I know of to add titles and music, but I think it's certainly a good possibility in the future.
Yep, and keep the requests coming, because every time you guys request a product, we do take that feedback and mark it down. The more people that request a specific feature, the more likely that feature will be built out. Catherine, yes, we'll always, if we ever, anything that happens to make the floor plan showcase more prominently on any of the portals that we work with, we'll always be letting you know when that happens.
All right, well, I think we're about out of time here, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get this wrapped up. I wanted to give put this slide up one last time. If you haven't had a chance to do so already, I would highly recommend going and adding the 3D products to your website or your order form. Actually, both would be ideal because again, if you add a dedicated page for it, it increases your SEO value, so it can drive more organic traffic to your website, help you attract more customers that are looking for 3D products. Adding it into your navigation and your services page can help guide people to those pages to learn more about them, how those products are useful, and then having it in your pricing and your packages can help your customers, purchase those products more often, and then offering upsell opportunities and cross sells through the add-ons can help increase your average order value by people adding more things to the bundle. And then, of course, one thing I forgot to mention was the importance of beefing up your bundles. As they go up in price, you want to add more value. So just having the same floor plan in all 3 packages is better than having no floor plan at all in all 3 packages, but increasing the quality of the floor plan output where the 3D products in each bundle as it goes up in price can definitely give them one more reason to purchase the next bundle up, which again increases your average order value. So to redeem this offer here, you're just going to want to go to your website or your order form, edit that to include the 3D floor plan and the video rendering, and then you can send us a screenshot of the 3D bundle, send that to tammy.dwight@cubicasa.com, and we will get you one free 3D bundle credit added to your account. And again, just from joining this webinar, you're going to get 50% off of the 3D bundle. But sending us a screenshot of adding it to your website will also get you a bonus 3D bundle, which is the floor plan, the video rendering. So we appreciate you all joining the webinar today. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us. We have a really great customer support team. You can reach them through the live chat widget. Let me just jump back in here and see if we have any other questions. We do have a couple more minutes left.
Yeah, Josh, yes, if you are a preferred photographer, the offer does work with you as well. So you will still get the 50% off your first or next order, and then you will also have the option, if you do update the website with a bundle that has it, we'll be able to get you one free 3D as well. All right, Tiffany, just let us know once you get that added, and we'll definitely issue that.
Scott wanted to know if we have an example of a yacht that that we made a floor plan for.
Actually, I had a Canadian photographer that did like a floating home. It wasn't necessarily a yacht, but it was a home on water. So I mean, it's definitely doable. But give it a shot, see what happens.
Yep.
I don't see any other questions. Again, just feel free to redeem this bundle. You can just reach out to tammy.dwight@cubicasa.com, send her a screenshot where you added the floor plan, the video rendering to your website or your order form, and we'll give you a free 3D bundle. All right, we'll go ahead and end the webinar. If you have further questions, feel free to reach out to customer support, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Happy
everybody.
scanning.
Bye.
Nope.